Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to our lunchtime live. It is Thursday. It is lunchtime on the East Coast. It is 12 p.m. And I'm very excited because we have a really fun guest joining us today. We're going to have a great conversation. She's a really good friend of mine. First of all, I want to see who is joining us. And if it's lunchtime where you are, what are you eating for lunch? I have not gotten to lunch yet, but I have this yummy little clean juice. This is called the immunity one. I'm not sick, but this is the one that I like the way it tastes the best. It's like carrot juice and orange juice together. I'm not a fan of apple juice. Anybody else? Like, I know that's kind of like a weird thing because most people love apple juice. I don't like apple juice. And so that really limits me when it comes to drinking fancy juices because most of them have apple juice in them, especially the green ones. And I'm not afraid of green things. I just don't like apple juice. I don't know. It reminds me of like preschool or something. I just don't like it. Anybody else doesn't like apple juice? All right, let me welcome some people. We have got, let's see, Marilee from, wait, I lost you, from Houston, from Georgia. Sorry, Marilee Rodriguez from Georgia. Connie from Houston is joining us. Selena from South Africa at 6 p.m. So, Selena, I'd like to know, have you eaten dinner yet? What time do they eat dinner in South Africa? In my family, we eat dinner around 6 p.m. If I can be on time. I think more lately, it's been more like 6:45 by the time I get my self together. Who else do we have joining us? Jasmine Hall from Atlanta. Barbara from England. It's 5 p.m. into England. I guess that's like tea time, right? We've got Vanessa from Germany, Nicole from California, Susie Doyle from Northern Ireland, part of EFAM. Hello, Susie. We've got Toomey from South Africa. A lot of people watching, and it's not lunchtime. Sherry's watching. She says she's going to be eating a salad. That sounds boring. Terry Chapman says she's not fond of apple juice. Thank you. Who else do we have? Tiara from Brooklyn. John from Illinois. Let's see. Oh, LD, I thought you were eating a Whopper, but LD's here in the room with me, but she's saying somebody else is having a Whopper. I must have missed that one. Ruby from Kenya. We've got Lily from Florida. Guys, Selena's back. She's told us that she has eaten dinner and they usually eat between 5 and 7 p.m. We've got Stephanie from Connecticut. Skippy from Oklahoma. What a great name. Okay, you guys, that's amazing. So let's chat. I already told you on Instagram who I was chatting with. I'm chatting with my good friend, Adrienne Houghton. Adrienne, you may know her from a million different things that she does. First of all, she is a talk show host on The Real. Second of all, she was the third runner-up on that show, The Masked Singer. Hello, that was amazing. Third of all, she's an entrepreneur. You might know her from her jewelry line. I have her earrings on today, XIXI. And her jewelry line, she has a purse line. She has can we say purse? Is that a Southern thing? Let me know in the chat. Is it Southern to call your handbag your purse? Because I know the proper thing to do is to call it a handbag. But anyway, she sells purses. Here in the South, that's what we call them. She sells purses. Hi, Mom. My mom's on. Everybody say hi to Deb Boitnott. What else does she do? Oh, she has a loungewear collection that she released during 2020 when we were all wearing loungewear. Okay, so Adrienne, she's a singer. She's an entrepreneur. She's a talk show host. She's a wife to our good friend, Israel Houghton. That's actually how I met Adrienne, was through Israel. Israel and Stephen have been great friends for a long time. They've written some really amazing songs together. And Israel said, I can't wait for you guys to meet Adrienne. And I loved Adrienne from the moment that we met. She is such an incredible woman. And the reason why, if you watch her on The Real, that you love her is because that's what she's like in person. I'm here to tell you, and I want you to meet her. So let's bring her on. Adrienne Houghton is going to join us today, and we are going to talk about lots of great fun things. So Adrienne, hi.
Hello. I'm here with my man voice to say what's up to all of you.
Why are you saying you have a man voice? Are you
Because
sick?
we've been doing these pop-up shops. No, thank God. And I lost my voice. Actually, it started in the South, in Atlanta. I was singing extra hard, got a little carried away, and I've been kind of hoarse for the last week.
Have you been able to sing?
So
Are you still singing?
shockingly, yes. My husband is like, and I will still pass the mic to you. Go get it. And I literally look at him every time. He looks at me like, you think you can do it? You think you can do it? And I don't know if it's that I'm just caught up in the moment, but I take the mic and it ends up happening.
That's amazing. Where are you right
Here
now?
we are. We are actually, this is a very glamorous situation, you guys. I'm at a truck stop. Literally, where are we? We're at a truck stop like 3 hours away from Nashville.
Three
So we are
hours
on the
from
tour
Nashville.
bus. Yeah.
Okay. Are you 3 hours? Are you going to Nashville or you've left Nashville?
We were in Houston, Texas yesterday. So the way that PS 110 in New York City set up my geographical skills, I have no idea how, which route we would be taking from Houston, Texas to get to Nashville. But we're 3 hours away. That I know.
Okay. So,
At a
and
truck stop.
at a truck stop in your amazing tour bus.
Yes.
You know what I wish?
So you guys love it.
Yes. Can you give us a little tour of your tour bus?
Which is so good. This is like the greatest sneak peek. Sorry, Lana and Mariah are here. They're like,
Hi, guys.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And it's very glamorous. Like I said, this was holding up my laptop. It is a hefty bag, hefty storage lighter gallons, and the square box that we sell merch on tour. Yep, we've got an espresso. Fun fact, Israel is still back there asleep.
Okay.
Here we are.
Actually,
because it's earlier here, it's 11:12 wherever we are.
Okay. Well, tell us about your tour since we're talking about it.
Yes. Okay, so I came up on this bus with a crazy idea. I felt like now that the world was somewhat opening up again, I was like, this would be amazing for us to do something live and in person with people. And I was like, babe, you are a coffee snob. Anybody that knows Israel, he believes that his worship is powered by Jesus and strong coffee, like really good. Like he's very particular about his coffee. So I was like, me and Mariah were joking that we'd always love to be like baristas and have our own coffee shop one day. And I said, why don't we open up a pop-up shop that's like a pop-up coffee shop called Cafe New Breed. People get to have coffee, they get to shop some merch, and then we just have like a worship jam session, like anything he wants to do, acoustic, in person, just Israel and his guitar, intimate, small setting. And yesterday we did our 22nd pop-up in Houston, Texas, and it was insane. And we're taking like a little hiatus because it's summertime and we kind of spent our summer doing this. And I go back to work in a week and a half, in 2 weeks. I go back to work at the Real in 2 weeks. So we're taking 9 days off of vacation, and then we'll get right back to it on the West Coast. But yeah, yesterday when we finished Houston, I just looked at him and I was just like, I can't believe we did it. Like I literally couldn't believe that a silly idea that I had in the back of the bus, that we actually did it, and that we were now on our 22nd show. And that was actually all we had set out to do initially. So yeah, it was just crazy. And it's just been so much fun. And yeah.
You're going on vacation, then you're going to do more stops on the tour, then you're going back to work.
Yep.
Okay. I have a million things I want to talk to you about. I love talking to you. You're one of my favorite people to talk to when you guys come to church. I just always have the best time. I feel like we can talk about things that are serious and we can talk about things that are completely stupid. And so that's what I want to do today. So, all right.
I love that about you. You know this.
Some people don't like chit chat. I like chit chat. I find it to be interesting and fun.
I like chit chat with people that I like.
Okay, that's fair.
You know, like if I'm not really like interested in chit chatting with you, I'll be like, okay, thanks. But I've liked you from the day I met you, and I liked you because you're very straightforward, and I think that's very rare to find in life. And I think even in the church community, sometimes I think people sometimes feel like, oh, because I'm a representative of Christ, I have to be like, hi, I love you, like the first 3 seconds they meet you. And I get that. I'm here for the love of Christ. But I like that you're very real. And I like that I just like how you come off straightforward. You're like, hi, I'm Holly. And that's where it starts. And I think that's awesome.
I try. Okay, here's like some fun little like let's get to know Adrienne kind of questions. All right. And also for those of you watching, we have some little fun giveaways coming up. So make sure you stay on because we're going to give away some great stuff. Okay. So Adrienne, you're about to go on vacation. Would you rather vacation at the beach or in the mountains?
The beach, for sure. I always want a tan. I'm very pale. This is the palest I've ever been in the summer.
Okay. Just so you know, your pale is my tan.
I know, but now I'm bronzed up as well. We can make a little bit of bronzer for this because his face is very pale right now.
Okay, watch the movie or read the book.
I want to read the book and then I'm going to fall asleep watching the movie.
That surprises me because I didn't think that you were like a book person. We've never talked about.
I am a book person. I wish
before.
I would find more time to read books. I'm rarely alone. And I feel like, I don't know why in my mind it feels rude to pull out a book if I'm like sitting with people.
Oh, no, I totally
agree. Behind me, and she's like, I don't care. I'm pulling out my book.
No, I don't. I totally agree.
I know what you're saying.
I love audiobooks though, because that's what I do when I'm driving or getting ready in the morning or whatever. I don't know. I love audiobooks. So
I did the Michelle Obama Becoming book audio, and it was cool. It was cool. I actually enjoyed that. Yeah, because I did like a little summer book club with the women in my family. So that was pretty cool.
That's amazing. All right.
Well, multitasking. It was an easy way to multitask. I also feel like movies never do the books justice. Like Eat, Pray, Love, as much as I love Julia Roberts.
True.
No, that's not
it's true. Although the more I read, a lot of times I do find that there are some movies that are better than the book. And there are some. So, okay, for instance, I think that psychological thrillers are better as a movie than a book. Because it's more scary to like watch something, I think. Second of all, I think that romantic comedies are better as a movie because I just don't want to spend, okay, in an audiobook, it's hours, right? In a regular book, it's pages, but I don't want to spend 8 hours with the main plot being like a romance. That's just not what I want. So I would rather watch the movie in 2 hours. So anyway, that's my opinion. I don't know why I'm interviewing you. We're not, this isn't about.
No, but I have a question.
Okay.
I have a question. When you read the books, especially like romantic comedies, do you cast them in your mind?
Well, of course you have to. You give them like somebody that they look like to you, or there's certain ones that like, okay, right now I'm reading Cold Mountain. Did you ever see that movie with Nicole Kidman and Jude Law and Renee Zellweger?
I heard of it, but I never saw it.
Okay, great movie. I've seen it multiple times, but it's been a long time. And I was like, you know what? I want to read that book. I want to see what the characters are actually like in the book. And so it's kind of fun sometimes to actually know the story because now I can I'm picturing like Nicole Kidman and Jude Law and Renee Zellweger. And so that's kind of fun. It's a great story.
That's awesome.
So you would rather read the book than watch the movie. YouTube or Instagram? If you had to pick one.
Instagram. Sorry, but Instagram.
Yeah.
Like if I watch YouTube, it's because I swiped up from Instagram.
Oh yeah, I'm probably the same. I'm not like a go-to spend my time on YouTube. Although you have an amazing YouTube channel. I love your YouTube channel.
Thank you. I want you on my YouTube channel too. I feel like we should cook something together. Am I breaking up?
A little bit, but it's fine. It's not, I don't think it's too distracting. But okay, with your YouTube channel, you know what I love about it is like you let people into your life. And I think that people are nosy. And so I love watching you house hunt. I love watching you renovate. because I'm nosy and I want to know what's going on. You should give a
Well,
tour of your tour
well,
bus.
Holly, because okay, so I am gonna do that. I'm super that's probably the most people I've seen of the tour bus, what I just showed you guys. So you got the sneak peek. But definitely want to do a tour bus tour. Crazy enough, Holly, you were one of the first people to know how excited I was about getting a house in New York and moving back to New York and making that like home, like my permanent place of home. And then I got the call that the reel was coming back. And I was like, God, help me understand this. I thought like this was totally you. We ended up selling our house in Calabasas. It sold really well and really quickly. And we're like, that's God, just telling us that New York is where we're supposed to be. And then the reel calls and they're like, hi, we need you back. And at first I was kind of discouraged. I was like, wait, I'm confused. Like I just, got so excited and put so much time and energy into this. And then I realized it actually works out perfectly. One, I'm just grateful to have a job. Two, while I renovate the New York house, I'll be in LA. So that kind of works. So now we are officially bi-coastal. There is a new house tour coming. This is so annoying to people. They're like, where does this girl live? There is another house tour coming for the new house that we just got in Beverly Hills so that I could shoot the reel. It's like a little Beverly Hills bungalow, and I absolutely love it.
I'm here for all of it. Is your zip code 90210?
It is. It is. And I'm a ghetto girl that grew up in the projects. And I'm very excited about that. Like literally we're so excited that we bought sweaters and t-shirts that say 90210. And we're gonna take pictures in the front like,
oh, you absolutely
Mama, I made it.
You absolutely must.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I grew up watching. It's so cool.
Well, I didn't grow up watching that show. I wasn't allowed. I watched it
I did
his house sometimes. My mom's watching. Don't tell her.
Oh, sorry, Mom.
Okay. So back to our, okay. Here's a question I want to ask you. I think I know the answer to this. Is this something we have in common? What do you, in your opinion, greatest movie of all time?
Oh, too easy. My colors are blush and bashful. Steel Magnolias, 100%. In another lifetime, I wanted to be a Southern white woman. It's a whole other conversation. I just want the accent. I want to be Truvy. Fun fact, guys, nobody knows this. Israel's nickname for me is Truvy because I've always been obsessed with Dolly Parton's character in Steel Magnolias.
So Truvy is your favorite.
Yes.
I think
Shelby's my favorite. My favorite, obviously. Who?
Shelby.
Oh, duh. Yeah. I mean, Shelby, yes. But okay, this is a weird thing. I've always wanted to be a woman like Truvy, like very well put together. Like I've always thought that was so attractive. Like I'd be like, oh my gosh, when I grow up, I want to like be into beauty and like, well,
there is no such thing as natural beauty.
These are the facts.
The other day we were sitting around and I said in conversation, I was like, the Lord works in mysterious ways. And I think it was my mom, they were like, is that a Bible verse? And I was like, I don't know. I was quoting Steel Magnolias.
Literally. What else are we supposed to do? I feel like Sally Fields in that film, she was just, if that doesn't capture like what a mom is, I don't know what does. Like she reminds me so much of my mom in that movie. It's just too good. It's just it's the best sad movie ever.
The best. I cry every time. I've seen that movie 100 times. I cry every time. It's about friendship. It's about women. If you've never seen that movie, I have been waiting to show it to Abby, but I'm waiting because I'm like, it has to be the right time. Like she has to understand it. And it has to be the perfect Friday night where we don't get interrupted and we cry at the end. And so anyway, greatest movie of all time. Okay.
Olympia Dukakis just passed away and I was so sad.
I know.
So sad.
Okay, let's talk about something more important. Not really more important. Let's talk about makeup and hair. So
That
you do your own hair and makeup a lot.
yes.
This whole
Tragically,
year,
sometimes,
but this whole year that you've been
other
on the
times it
reel,
comes out.
you've done your own hair and makeup.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
If you
So
had to
any
go
day
out in
that you
public,
watch and you were like, it looks great, I will take all the credit. Anytime you've watched and you're like, she looks interesting, just understand I was at home. There literally was a day, Holly, that my dad, okay, so I was shooting it in my mom's basement in upstate New York. So imagine my whole family had to pitch in. Israel is like doing production. He is like my lighting person. He's the one on the phone, like with the people in LA, like, okay, her light, okay, I'm gonna turn on all of her lights this morning. Yeah, the Wi-Fi's kicking, she's good to go. That was his job. My mom was wardrobe. So her job was to steam my outfits the night before and have them hanging there for me. And then she also would participate in being like craft services, meaning lunch, breakfast, if I needed water, that sort of thing. Then we would film a show, but while we're filming, the one that we filmed the day before would be airing at the same time in New York.
okay. Okay.
So my dad would be watching it in the kitchen and he turns to my mom one day. He goes, Nil, what's going on with Adrienne's hair? My hair was so bad. Guys, I will say I'm better at doing my makeup than I am doing I really can't do my hair. This is,
This is
what
not
do we
true.
have going on here? This
This
is
is
not,
not
it's
true.
not my calling, not my
I've never
ministry,
seen you. I
but
have never seen you not look amazing. Never. Not on TV, not in person. I've never seen you
thank
not
you.
look amazing. So let me ask you this. So you kind of just answered my question. If you had to go out in public and you only had time to either do your makeup or your hair, which do you think is more important?
My makeup. I'm definitely going to say my makeup. I just feel like they'll be like, she had a bad hair day, but her face is beat. Her face is cute. Cute girl having a bad hair day. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna say, a little concealer goes a long way.
This is true. So, okay, what is one of your biggest pet peeves when you see someone who's obviously done their own makeup? What are you like, don't do that?
Eyebrows. Eyebrows is always my first like. This got interesting. I think sometimes we use too dark of a color. Like eyebrows should not be like black ever. Even if you have jet black hair, your eyebrows should not be Sharpie black. So
Okay.
I think it's important that we like find out the correct shade. I've also seen really red eyebrows before. Yours
How
are
are
perfect
mine?
because you have real eyebrows too. Yours are
I
great
did.
because they're real. For us ladies that have to draw our eyebrows in, we need the right color. Your eyebrows would never grow in
Have you
Sharpie
ever
black.
looked at my eyebrows and been like, ooh, she needs to trim them up or something?
No. I think you've got really long eyelashes and really good brows, and I'm jealous. If I'm being
Well,
honest. Because
thank
you
you.
know me, I've literally sat and talked with you about lashes and brows. I got my eyebrows microbladed because I literally I don't know what happened. I have no eyebrows and I don't really have eyelashes very much either. Like some people are like, don't get eyelash extensions, your eyelashes will fall out. I'm like, baby, we had none to begin with. You gotta have eyelashes to fall out. I have nothing, so there's no loss here. Get the eyelash extensions if you got no eyelashes. Just saying. You're
Okay,
not you're not you're not losing anything.
I don't know if anybody watching is enjoying this conversation, but I am totally enjoying this conversation. I love to talk about hair and makeup and still magnolias and all the amazing things.
I love it. And just letting you know, Holly actually has some great beauty tips. Like you put me onto um the eyelash serum that made your lashes grow super super long.
Oh yeah, Rodan and Fields.
The
Shout
name
out.
fancy. There
Hey,
we go.
if you
That's the one.
sell Rodan and
I
Fields and
ordered
you're
it.
watching, this is your opportunity. Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat, guys. I do. I like
Making
their lashes.
sales.
I haven't used it in a
Your
while.
lashes are super long.
Okay. So what else? What's another beauty tip that you have for people?
Beauty tip. Beauty tip. Um, major beauty tip is, guys, I really do like right now I'm looking at myself, and what I'm upset about is, do you see this puffiness right here? Like if I'm being honest with you, I like woke up about 45 minutes ago. So I'm like, man, I didn't have a roller on the bus, but I could have just grabbed a spoon, and people have said this for years, but it is so true. Something as simple as a spoon in the fridge or in the freezer for just a little bit if you need to get it cold really fast, and just a little compress here would have helped me out desperately. So yeah, that to me is a game changer. The other thing is, learn how to contour. I've been told that I got a nose job for like the last 6 years because I figured out how to contour my nose, and it is life changing. Two darker lines here, blend, blend, blend. Oh, it's so different, so different.
Do you still contour for your
on a daily? Honestly, yeah, I just don't powder. So my everyday makeup is just a lot dewier than I would for camera. Camera, I'm gonna want to be matted out because the lights will make you look blown out and it'll look like you have nothing on, so you go heavier. Versus every day, I'm loving dewy makeup. Like how your makeup's dewy, your cheeks are always like dewy, like they're not like matte. You see that?
Thank you.
Look at
you know
that
what?
cheek right there.
You know what I have on my cheeks? Have you used any of Bobbi? So you know Bobbi Brown left Bobbi Brown.
Yes.
Okay.
She has the new line.
She has the new line. It's called Jones Road. And she sells these, it comes in like a circle. It's called, they're like Miracle Balm, and they come in a couple different colors. And this is the Miracle Balm. And they say every color goes on every person. But this one, I think it's called Dusty Rose. And I really like it.
It's so pretty. So that's more what my everyday would look like. Like I feel like on a normal day, dewy cheeks. When I went to Elevation the last time, I felt like I felt good about my makeup that day, not gonna lie. It was very natural, very clean. I feel like brushed my eyebrows. I'm really into that fluffy brow look, a dewy cheek, mascara, lip gloss, keep it pushing. I actually have my lip gloss right here. Kind of obsessed with this color. It's Mario, who does Kim Kardashian's makeup. Fun fact, was my makeup artist first, and I introduced them, and now they are like amazing, and I love that for them. And this is his gloss in the color, wow. I do not know what that color is because it's gone, but it's like a peachy color. Peachy golden vibes.
I love it. Okay, so Adrienne, you live a life that appears, if I were to follow you on Instagram, watch your YouTube channel, watch your talk show, your life appears to be really glamorous. What is something really gritty about your life that people wouldn't necessarily see?
Oh my gosh, there's so much. I feel like for the people that actually know me, they would like roll their eyes at the thought of like being extra glamorous. Like fun facts, you know, we're on a tour bus. It's a very glamorous tour bus. But for some odd reason, we had no water this morning. So I have not showered today. But we're at a gas stop, which sounds crazy, and we're going to get water to get this going. But like it's some things like that. Like I think people think, just on a bigger level, I think people think that people that they see on Instagram, that their lives are perfect in general. Right. And they're not. I mean, on so many levels, there's things that everyone struggles with, whether it's insecurities, whether it's life struggles. I mean, that's just the reality of it. So gritty, gritty, gritty. I'm looking at my two girls here that are with me like every single day. I'm like, gritty. If you had to say gritty parts of my life. Wow, they don't want to participate with me. I'm like, gritty parts of my life. There are gritty parts. There are. Are we going deep, Holly? We going deep or not?
I'm gonna go wherever you want to go.
I would say gritty parts of my life. I think everybody knows my family planning has been a struggle. So that would be a grittier life thing that I go through that I don't really share. And I think probably that's because I actually just the other day was watching someone else's YouTube channel talking about it. And I turned to the girls and I was just like, and I turned to Israel. I'm like, how how do they find the courage and the strength? Like, it's not that I'm being secretive about it. I genuinely don't think I'm courageous enough to have the conversation yet.
But you just
And
did.
I was watching them, huh?
But you just did.
No, these girls like literally they film themselves like taking pregnancy tests and
Oh,
they film
well,
themselves crying. And I'm just like, I, I, I don't know if I'd be able to find the angle, the strength or the angle to, and I'm always like, how does this happen? So I've said, people have asked me like, when do you think you'll share that sort of thing? And I kind of was like, baby's here. Cause I feel like I don't want to share a story and not bring somebody hope. Does that
right.
make sense?
Yeah.
And not be like, hey, and it can work out and it can get better. And yes, I did go through this really gritty, so to speak, time, and it was really, really rough. Um, but I'm just hoping to give somebody hope instead of joining in on our sadness.
Yeah, but I
That's
think
honest.
I think part of the hope that you give people is letting them know that you have sadness. Because I think that so many people think they have this perception that there are certain people that they watch from afar
Yeah.
that don't have sadness. And sadness is a major part of every person's life. And and so I think that even by you sharing, this is a sad side of my life, I think that that gives people hope because it makes them feel like they're not alone in their own pain.
Yeah.
Um,
That is so true. That is so, so, so true. I agree. So, guys, that's gritty. I mean, there's days when I'm disappointed with my lack of self discipline. I know this sounds so silly, but I recognize, and I want to make this very clear, that I am not overweight, being clear, and that in real life, I would totally be content. The camera adds, like, legit. Someone lied and said 10. I feel like it's 15 people. We've been on this road. We're seeing people in person. The first thing they say is, "You're so much thinner in person." I'm like, and girl, I've gained 20 pounds. On the TV, I don't know what's happening. I feel like they've done me and my double chin wrong. So there are days when I have goals that I really want to set, whether it's like go to the gym, do something for 20 minutes, stay off of some of the carbs. And there are days that I literally am so disappointed in my lack of self-discipline. Like I
yeah.
literally get frustrated with myself. Like, what is like, why can't you just do the things that you set out to do? And I feel like I disappoint myself whether on so many levels, whether it's getting the things done that I need to get done for work because I'm juggling. I'm sure that for my best friend and business partner Lana, there are days when I struggle between the balance of being a great wife and being an entrepreneur. So there are days when like I needed to make sure that I had that I chose the colors of our new purses and that I went through swatches and said exactly what I wanted it to be and sent her the breakdown of what I want this new collection to be. And then there's days that Israel wakes up and goes, "Babe, do you want to take a walk? Can I take you somewhere?" And that goes out the window and I'm missing a deadline. But I took the day to sit and do nothing with my husband because we need that. And
Yeah.
so now I have to call Lana and be like, yeah, so I didn't do any of that today that I was supposed to do. And yes, I understand that our manufacturers won't have that in time for us. Do you think we can rush it? Or now we feel rushed. I mean, there's just
Right.
so many layers to that sort of thing that, but I gotta be honest, I prefer being a wife over being an entrepreneur. I would rather be in a much smaller home in a happy marriage than not.
That's so true. That's so true. And I think those are the small things that we take for granted a lot of times. Another thing I know about you that I think is gritty that you might not even think about this because you say like, you get frustrated with your own self-discipline. But I think about like I remember one time and you're about to go back to the real in person. And I remember prior to the pandemic, you talking about how early you had to get up in the morning to go and be on the reel. And I think that's just such an, I mean, I think that people look at someone like you and they love the all of the things that you're a part of and that you get to do, like being on the Masked Singer and being on the reel and being on tour. And people don't realize how much how hard that actually is, how like literally how much sleep you do not get because you're doing all of these things.
Yeah, guys, our call time at Real is 4:30 a.m.
That's
so
insane.
That means if I am like rushing, that means I am waking up at 4 a.m. But on a daily basis, closer to 3:30 a.m. So 3:30 a.m. I've got to be there at 4:30 is my call time. We are in producer meetings by 5 a.m. running through what's currently happening on the news, what's like the in the moment things that we need to be updated on, whether it's political, whether it's gossip, whether it is whatever's happening, things that may have happened in our own personal lives that happened late last night that we need updates on that we want to discuss. Someone's kid said something crazy. Someone has decided they're moving in with their boyfriend or whatever the case is. We'll share those kinds of stories. And then we've got literally, so that's from 5 to 6. From 6 to 7, it's hair and makeup. And then we are live to New York. So that's 3 hours difference. We're live to New York at 10 a.m. It's insane.
It's insane.
It's insane. And again, I've actually had gritty moments with my husband where I've cried because there's times when Israel is, I know this may be shocking. I'm an introvert. Israel is borderlines on being an extrovert. I think he now prefers being like more chill, but he's definitely way more social than I am. I know that sounds shocking. He enjoys going to like dinners and setting things up. So people would come into town and Israel would be like, babe, we're taking this person to dinner. And I literally on days would be like, I'm so tired. Like, I want to be a great wife in the sense of like, yes, let's go out. But I literally have to be like vieja style, like an old lady in bed by 7:30, 8 p.m. or else I can't think straight. I can't read the prompter. I'm like this, like somebody help me.
Right.
So there's days where we have to have tough conversations where I'm just like, I'm really tired. So I know your friend is in town, but tell your friend I said, what's up? I'll be home.
And sometimes you miss out on stuff because of the things that you get to do and the things that appear to be glamorous. I just always like to talk to people about that because the world that we live in makes it makes us think that someone else's life is so much better than ours. And the truth
is the thief of joy.
It's so true. And living in the moment and experiencing the gifts that God has given you and the blessings that God has given you, there's nothing to replace that. There's nothing better than that. But then there are also times where you have to really go after your dreams and the dreams that God has given you and the ideas. And so talk about that for a minute. Like how do you know, how do you know if you should do the Masked Singer or if you should, you know, launch a jewelry line and what comes along with that?
So I always say that I believe that if God places something in your heart, I do believe that to some extent he'll lay out the groundwork for you to make it happen. I don't believe that there's just not going to be struggle and it's going to be easy peasy, but I do believe that sometimes the difficult parts come from your poor planning. It's not Jesus. It's your poor planning. Just kidding. And that's even for myself. Sometimes it's my poor planning and I have to be honest about that. So I think the first things first is obviously, I do believe that if God puts something in your heart and that you really are passionate about something and you have a dream, that you can absolutely make that happen. Listen, the first necklace, one of our biggest selling necklaces, XIXI is Philippians 4:13, and it's my favorite verse. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And I absolutely believe that. So, like, it's not that I think I'm so dope, it's that I really believe that Jesus is so dope. And since I have Jesus with me, I really can do anything and all things.
Right.
So if I have this idea in my mind, the first thing I do honestly is pray about it. Obviously, that's like first things first. And then plan properly and make sure that that this is actually something that can happen. And if it's not, then be patient. That's when you then become patient and you wait so that you can do things at the right time in the right way. If I'm honest, I have the idea to do XIXI long before I technically could do it. So I needed to wait for the funds to be able to do it. I needed to wait for the right manufacturer to be able to do it. So it also took some patience in saying, let me make sure that this is done in God's timing and not just in the way that I want it to be done and rushed and incorrect, but to actually have the patience to see it through, to be the right way in the right timing. So I think that's also really important. Sometimes I think we're like, I have this idea and it has to happen tomorrow. That's not true. Being patient and seeing things through properly and making sure that things are done right. It might not happen overnight. It might take a lot longer than you ever thought.
Right.
But right now we have a collection that's been in the works for almost 2 years now.
Wow.
Year and a half. And it takes time. Would I have loved for it to been here 2 months ago and been able to launch for fall? Absolutely. But that's not the reality of it. So even in my case, when I do have the funds to do it, it's going to take time and you just have to be patient. So I think in anyone's dreams that you have, just pray about it, believe that you can do all things, and then be patient while making it happen.
I love it. Is it hard to be a woman of faith in your line of work?
I think more than being a woman of faith, I think it's hard to speak about your faith and not feel like you'll either be ridiculed, sound silly, or make people uncomfortable. And that's just honest. I think I'm really grateful for a platform like The Real, where I didn't even know initially when I came on the show that I would be sharing that part of my life. So I think it's like a twofold. One, I've gotten more comfortable with it. And two, I feel like our audience needs hope more than ever. Right. So we need this. I think if you see somebody talking about Jesus on daytime television, you're not just going, ugh, I'm uncomfortable, I'm turning the channel. You're going, let me lean in and pay attention, because we all need a little hope right now. I think that not being afraid of talking about it also is that's our job. Does that make sense? Like, I can't blame a network or a producer for that. My own uncomfortability, I have to be like, no, I actually want to share this today. And in doing so, the response that I've gotten has been so insane that I'm like, okay, God, like I get a little stronger with it every time I talk about it and more comfortable. And it's just like, I think for a long time in my, like, probably in my teens and in my 20s, I thought like, oh, this might come off really corny.
Right.
And then you live a little and you're like, nah, Jesus isn't corny. Jesus is necessary. Like Jesus is necessary, and people need to hear this and know this. How I get through life, how I get to where I am, how I'm able to believe in myself to do things that are hard. I need Jesus. I need Jesus to get through my workouts, okay? Like, these are it's like the simple things and the bigger things.
Yeah.
Waking up in the morning, there's times where I'm so exhausted. Like, I don't know if I'm going to make it. And I'm like, oh, but I can depend on Jesus to get me through the day. Like, I know that I'm not alone and I'm walking with somebody that's going to get me through the hard things. And I feel like if I can share that with somebody, that's better than any concealer I can share with you. My greatest beauty tip is find Jesus, find peace. that will help your bags. Find the peace that helps you get some great beauty sleep at night, knowing that he's in control and he's got this. That is my greatest beauty tip of all time. That and drink water and mind your business.
All right. So you talked about having faith you've talked about having grit. Who are some people that are in your life that you could not do what you do without them while you think about that, which I'm sure you don't really need to think very long, but with your jewelry line, I got to collaborate with you and we made this amazing piece. I'm going to give one of these away, guys. So get ready, but it says on here, you were not alone. And it is this adorable little elephant necklace that we created together. And I wrote the copy because the whole idea of, I know it's like weird, like why would you wear an elephant around your neck? But elephants are a symbol of friendship. And I wrote about that, and we gave a space for you to like give one to a friend. So we're going to give 2 of these away to one person because we want the one person to have it. We want them to be able to give it to a friend because there's nothing like the power of friendship and having people in your life. I know you have Israel. He's your husband. He's amazing. He's wonderful. But who are some women in your life that you're like, hands down, I would not be the woman that I am without these women?
Yeah, that is so easy. 2 of them are actually behind this camera right now. And one of them is home, which is my mom. So I would say my mom for sure, obviously, my backbone in life. I think that some people have asked me like, okay, like how have you been able to be in the industry for over 20 years, grow up on Disney Channel and all that stuff, and still like somewhat have your mind together? Right. And I'd say for sure, my mom gave me a foundation that made me feel that I didn't have to be famous. Does that make sense? Like, yep. If I'm being honest, she probably would have preferred that I went to college and joined her at Cornell Medical being a nurse or something. So I would say that foundation of knowing that failure, I know this sounds weird, knowing I could fail and I would still be loved, mm-hmm. was really important for me. Yeah. And having a mom that made me feel like there was no such thing as failure made me ambitious enough to go for any crazy dream that I had. Yeah. Which is how I ended up where I am. Now, the people that actually facilitate and execute my crazy dreams are behind this camera, and that is my best friend and business partner, Lana, and our daughter, Mariah, who's right there. So they're my team. We're more of a family. What did you say? What? She's like Claudette, my sister, who also is a part of that's my best friend. But that's my tribe. I know we always talk about who's your elephant tribe. Like, yeah. My elephant tribe are these incredibly strong women. And the best part is I get to call them my family. I honestly believe, and it's so crazy because I come out with these ideas, and even Israel, who you just said is obviously my husband, there's right. moments where he's like, and they're the ones that are like, we'll make it happen. Right. How do we order coffee cups that have Israel and New Breed on them? How do we make these happen? Like, they hear my crazy ideas and they actually make them come true. And it's not just that they make them come true by actually facilitating it, but they actually believe in me. And I think having people that just believe in you means the world. People that you can laugh with, cry with, people that don't judge you when things don't go the way you thought they would go. Yep. And they struggle. And they're like, okay, we'll try again. We'll do something different. It's all good. And I'm really grateful for that.
I know I love all of those people. I've met all of those people that are in your herd, in your tribe, and they are amazing. And they are kind of the secret sauce, I think, to who you are. And I know, just like we talk about the things that the glamour of what you do, there's grit and glamour to everything. And there's great things about friendship, and there's a lot of gritty things about friendship. And there's a lot of hard conversations that you have to have in order to maintain those relationships, even with family members, with your mom and with your sister. And I just think you're so good at that. And it's such a beautiful example that you set. I'm going to give the necklace to Tiffany Alexandra. You get 2 necklaces, Tiffany. Okay, here it is. Yay, Tiffany. All I want you to do is email Holly Furtick YouTube at elevationchurch.org. Holly Furtick YouTube at elevationchurch.org. and we're going to put it in the chat and you can email us. And if you'd like to purchase a necklace for you and your friend, they're very affordable. You can purchase these at XIXI. Is that the website? Is that what it's called?
Yes. The website is shopxixi.com.
Shopxixi.com. Also, I don't know if these earrings are still for sale, but lots of They are? Okay. These are some of my favorites. I wear these all the time, actually. Lots of amazing pieces. What were we going to say?
I said boho hoops, but we also just dropped these dual earrings. Lana, you passed me those right there. We just dropped our signature collection. Was it yesterday?
Yesterday.
We just dropped a signature collection that actually has XIXI going down the sides.
Oh, cute.
And I actually have the bracelet that just says XIXI. Yeah, so it's our little signature collection that we just launched 2 days ago. So check those out as well.
I love it. Everybody needs to check it out. Everybody also needs to go check out La Voûte, which is your, okay. So yes. Did you hear me say at the beginning, do you say purse or do you say handbag?
Okay. I not only say purse, but the other day, okay, our security person was like, hey, told Mariah, I've got Adrienne's pocketbook.
That is the ultimate Southern word.
She literally was like, what is pocketbook? And I was like, you've never heard of a pocketbook? Like, I understood exactly what he was saying. I feel like, guys, what is the difference between a purse, a pocketbook, and a handbag? I would never use handbag crazy enough.
Yeah. I think handbag is too precious. Pocketbook. Okay, if you're really going to
pocketbook is a book.
No. But if you're really going to say correctly, you have to say, you say it like pocketbook. Like you don't say pocketbook. You say, where's my pocketbook?
That's a whole other level. Where's my pocketbook? Guys, let us know what do you call it? You actually say, hey, can you pass me my handbag? No one says that. I would say hand me my purse.
Bag. You could say hand me my bag. I
only say handbag when I'm telling you. You say purse?
Okay, somebody in the comments said book wallet.
What?
I've never heard that. We're getting pocketbook, we're getting pocketbook, we're getting lots of people are agreeing with me, pocketbook.
Pocketbook.
And purse.
Where's
and bag. And bag. Okay. But speaking of, okay, so you were so kind. You sent me a couple of boot pieces. They didn't come in time, but we're still going to give them away. This adorable little belt.
Oh, there we
go. And I love the colors of the latest La Voûte line. So the little wallet.
They are colorful, guys. Pastels are in right now. I never thought that I'd be wearing this color shirt on this live. Colors are in, people. Colors are in. So I'm super excited about that.
I love your colors. I love your pocketbooks. I love you. Where can everybody follow you?
You guys can follow me at Adrienne by Loan on Instagram. Somebody already had Houghton. She's a hairdresser in Pennsylvania and she doesn't want to give me her Instagram handle. So follow me at Adrienne by Loan on Instagram and Twitter and everywhere else. And check out my YouTube channel as well, All Things Adrienne. And I'd love, guys, comment below if you would like to see me and Holly in the kitchen together. Just saying.
That would be so much fun.
I'd love that.
My kitchen or your kitchen?
Your kitchen.
Okay, can we invite your mom?
I don't have a kitchen currently.
That's true. But can your mom come and teach us how to make that Puerto Rican dish where you put the plantain?
Mofongo.
Yeah, what's it called?
Mofongo.
Mofongo.
Or are you talking about relleno de papa?
No, the other one.
The plantain in mofongo.
You
weren't even going to attempt it. The other one.
The other one. Okay.
The other one.
All right. So the next thing we're going to cook together.
Yes, I would love that. I would love that. I'll teach you some Puerto Rican food. You teach me some amazing Southern cooking.
Oh, we forgot to give the bags away. We're giving the bags. We're giving one bag to Skippy Wildflower. I mean, What an incredible name. Skippy Wildflower. You're getting the belt.
Skippy.
Skippy, email me at hollyfurtickyoutube at elevationchurch.com. .org, sorry, elevationchurch.org. And then we're this, guys, I don't think this is gonna work, but they want me to give this one to Tracy, but they say there's no last name in the handle, but she's been very active in the chat. So hey, if your name is Tracy, then and you've been active in the chat, email me. We're gonna send you the little
Tracy.
What's this called? Like a card holder or something? Anyway,
it's called La Carte, and it is a card holder. It's literally a wallet card holder. I don't know about you guys, but like I feel like the smaller the wallet, the better. I just have what I need. Yep. Throw it in anything. Super sleek.
Because we don't have to save receipts anymore. I used to have to keep all my receipts and my wallet was like this thick. Adrienne, I love you. I love you. Thank you for being on. Tell Israel that I said hi. And
I will when he wakes up.
And I'll see you soon. Thanks for being on.
I love you. Thank you guys for tuning into this. I'm super excited. And Holly, will this be available just on the channel so that if people missed this right now, they can still see it?
It's going to go up like immediately. It's going to go up immediately as soon as we're done, and you can watch it and you can share it. So everybody who's on,
I'm going to.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you for commenting. If you like this video, make sure you give us a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to my channel so that you can catch more amazing stuff just like this. Lots of conversations with all my amazing friends. Make sure you go follow Adrienne, subscribe to her channel, All Things Adrienne. We love you. We hope you have a great rest of the day, whether it's lunchtime or dinner time or breakfast time, wherever you are. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.